Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fuller Homestead. My name's Brian. Happy Monday to you. Exciting day here on the farm as we are going to be going to pick up a new piece of equipment, specifically a new tractor. For the last several years, we've been using this Kubota B2320. It was my grandfather's, passed down to my dad, passed down to me. And when we lived in Texas, we used it primarily for mowing when we first got it. It has a 54-inch belly mower on it. And then once we got a zero-turn radius mower, we started using it for pulling trailers around, pulling up small trees, things like that. But still, even though it's a 2002 model, it only has 415 hours on it. It's a wonderful little tractor. The only problem that we have had with it is that we can't get a front loader for it. And by can't get one, I mean we have had orders canceled on us when we put one in with Kubota. Here's the story I've been told. You put in an order with Kubota for the front loader, they get so far behind on their new stuff, they just cancel old orders or orders for old tractors. This has happened to us thrice. That's right, I'm pulling out old school English. It's that serious. And so after the third time, which happened just this last week, I said, look, we're not doing this anymore. We've tried aftermarket front loaders. We just couldn't get something that would go with this particular model. Searched on Facebook Marketplace for a while, found a tractor just 30 minutes away from here that came not only with a front loader, but some other implements that we'll show you. And we're gonna go pick it up today. And as an aside, I don't have a trailer big enough to go get this all in one trip. So I reached back into a memory bank that actually wasn't even my own of people in this area. And I found a young lady that we went to church with 20 years ago, talked to her husband. He knows a guy who has a gooseneck trailer that he's going to pick up today, and we're gonna ride up to Batesville together to go get this tractor and implement. We're gonna hit the road here in just a second, and oh, by the way, this tractor unfortunately is for sale, and so if you're interested, let me know in the comments or send me a message, and we'll be happy to talk. All right, we're back from our trip and we have picked up the new piece of equipment, our new Kubota tractor with a front loader. We have got also a backhoe on that, and it came with a few implements. Let me show you. So in with this package, it came with a 60-inch mowing deck. It also had a 4-foot tiller, and then we also got a box blade. So we got a front loaded one, backhoe 2, 3, 4, 5 accessories, along with our new Kubota B2320, and this is going to be very useful on the homestead. In fact, one of the projects we're going to do right now is going to involve using this backhoe, because we're going to go over to that wisteria plant. I'm going to take a sawzall, we're going to cut all the big limbs off of it, and then we're going to dig that out of the ground. The reason that we're doing that is because we have a fig tree that we want to go in there. We brought it from Texas. It has a few little figs on it right now. It had a bunch on it when we first moved here and they all fell off, but we're going to make sure that it goes over here. The reason being, for those of you that haven't seen previous videos, this is going to be part of our fruit area. That back there is a pear tree that needs to be trimmed severely. We were told that this was plums. We haven't seen any evidence of that, but we're going to assume it is for at least one more growing season. So pear, plums, and then we'll have the fig right here. Let's go ahead and get things set up, get our sawzall, and get started. All right, while my son is moving the tractor over to where we're gonna work, I wanted to say a few words about this Facebook Marketplace experience. I started contacting this family that had the tractor for sale, and they were actually out of state, but the tractor was here. There was an option for us to be able to go out and look at it and to purchase it with the daughter and the son-in-law being there on the premises. So a friend of mine went out and borrowed a large 26-foot gooseneck trailer so we could load the tractor and all the implements on it, and we drove out to this family's home. They met us there. They were just so helpful, so kind. He did not have to help us load everything, but he did. Helped us get it strapped down, even gave us a walk around the tractor and some advice on how to use some things. Just couldn't have been more pleased with the whole experience. Gave the guys their money and we took off and brought it back to the homestead. Now, full disclosure, we did actually play around with it a little bit when we first got it and worked on a couple of plants that were up in the front, but we're gonna put it to the test by this wisteria, because from what I hear, the root system on this is a booger. So we're gonna see if we can't, with the combination of the bucket and also a sawzall with a demolition blade on it, take this thing out and put the fig tree. evidence of the footprint of that wisteria plant. You can tell how far out the branches actually came from the root system. So we just trimmed it off a little bit above the ground. You know, initially before we got the backhoe, we were just going to try to chain it and see if we couldn't pull it up, and that would be an option, I suppose, except for the fact that we now have a backhoe. So we're going to see what we can do with it. It's not necessarily the most powerful thing in the world. I think the horsepower with the backhoe is somewhere around 17. So we're not doing a, I'm not building a pond with this, but overall it should help us get a lot more work done than we've been able to in the past. This 2320, if I'm not mistaken, has about 23 horsepower. I think the bucket and the backhoe are somewhere in that 15, 17, 19 horsepower range. So it'll get a lot of work done. This is way plenty deep, but one of the things that I wanted to do was dig it deeper than I needed it, because our soil in this area is very clay-like. And so I'm going to try to put some good potting soil down in there with it, in addition to what's already in the pot, and then we'll put it in the ground and cover it up and give it some water. Good sign. Call it for today as far as playtime with the tractor. It was a lot of fun getting to dig this hole, though let's be honest, it did not look pretty. I need so much more practice on that to use that backhoe effectively, but this was a project that needed to get done, get that wisteria up out of the ground. Here's kind of the start of the root system, what was above the ground. Here's some of the bigger roots, so I think we got enough out that this fig tree shouldn't have problems with that. However, this soil, it's got a lot of clay in it, but it's better than it was being root bound in that pot or having all the rocks that we did in Texas. So I feel good about this. It's got a good shot. We're just going to keep it watered and watch it grow. And hopefully this will be a great addition to our fruit here on the homestead, in addition to the plums and the pears and the apples. That's going to do it for today's video. Thanks so much for tuning in. I can't imagine that you could enjoy watching this half as much as I enjoyed making it, especially being able to add this new tool to the homestead. You know, we really needed a tractor with a front loader to kind of expedite some of the things that we were doing. Having the backhoe, having a tiller, having a box blade, all just bonuses. In all full transparency, we'll probably never use the 60-inch belly mower, so that will probably be up for sale as well. But having the other things are just crazy, crazy cool. I want to thank my friend Brandon for coming along with me to be able to help borrow a trailer, load the trailer, unload the trailer, and then take it back. Just really appreciate his help. And then also, I have a feeling that in future videos when we use the tractor, it's going to be a competition to see who's going to actually be on it. Is it going to be me or my youngest son, Brendan? Because even today, just making this video, it was like having to sign a sheet to say, okay, you've been on it for 30 minutes now, it's my turn. He's thoroughly enjoying it. In fact, one of the things he said today was, hey Dad, if you ever need to add the tractor to my chore list, happy to have that on there. So we'll see him, I'm sure, in future videos as well. As always, we thank you for tuning in and watching our videos, giving us a like and a comment. That's just like the icing on the cake. If you feel like you've got some friends that would enjoy watching these type videos, please feel free to share this with others. We don't want this to be a secret. We want everybody that wants to watch to be able to watch. We will see you again on Wednesday. Thanks again. Have a great day.